Hello everyone, I am the plane shifter fading to the universe of NieR Automata. And how will this work now? I can start game, I can select a chapter, I can go to the debug room, I can adjust various settings. Prolong, song stress, uncopied city, deranged religion, which I probably have to do something about. The tower. What if I just go start? Is it from the beginning? If it is from the beginning, I'm just gonna quit.
Everything that lives is designed to end. We are perpetually trapped in a never-ending spiral of life and death.
One
Is
would
this
call
a
it a
curse?
cyclical cycle.
Or some kind of punishment? I often think about the god who blessed us with this cryptic puzzle, and wonder if we'll ever have the chance to kill him.
Nah, it's already dead. Yeah, this is the very beginning. How do I skip?
This is Command. Yorha Squadron, come in.
2B here. All units have penetrated the stratosphere. Autopilot systems green across the board.
This is Operator 6-0. All units confirmed.
We've passed the 50-kilometer threshold and are proceeding toward the target.
Understood. Once you reach their anti-air defenses, proceed to manual attack formation. Then destroy the Goliath-class unit by any means necessary, and gather what data you can.
No,
Understood.
no skip.
12H down. All units activate manual mode and rely on visuals to evade.
Already engaged. Free movement unlocked.
Origin point of long-range lasers.
Can I please access the menu? I hate
11B
this.
down. Our HO229 cancelers are ineffective.
Can I skip the
Alert. Enemy
cutscene?
unit sighted ahead.
Can I?
Requesting permission to engage.
Permission granted.
I'm done with this. Just close the window. Like, hey, no, don't. Let me control the game. Let me control the game, developers. That's... I hate this. We want to see something real quick and then we're stuck. Okay. Load this, yes. Now, I wanna see 9S ending. Holy crap, he looks creepy and ugly in this picture. Oh. The end. HO final moment. Oh, I can go straight to that. The chapter select is pretty good. Combined multi-lag machine. Begin 9S and A2? Yes. I'm gonna hate this. I know I will, but I'm gonna do this.
This tower is a giant cannon that's aimed at the human server on the moon. If we don't do something, all of humanity's remaining data will be destroyed.
So what? None of it matters. Or didn't you know? We aren't required in this world anymore. Humanity is extinct. That moon server you're so worried about was invented to give us androids something to fight for. And Yorha was created to perpetuate the lie. But in order to make sure no one ever learned the truth, we were designed to be killed. They built a back door in the bunker and programmed it to activate after a certain amount of time. The commander, me, 2B, sacrificial lambs, all of us. Isn't that hilarious? Doesn't it make you laugh?
9S, we...
Shut up! You killed 2B. That's all we need to kill each other.
2B hated to keep killing you. It caused her so much pain. The 9S type is a high-end model. They knew you'd discover the truth eventually. But the model designation 2B was just a cover. The official designation is 2E. Number 2 Type E. They were a special class of members designed to execute Yorha units. But you knew that, right, 9S?
Shut up! Shut up! What do you know? You don't know anything at all about us!
Proposal. Cease combat. Fighting her at this point would be
Pod
irrational
153. I order you to halt all logical thought and speech. This order shall remain in effect until you confirm the death of either myself or Unit A2.
Let me preface that my actual choice will always be A2, but I want to see what this does.
It doesn't matter! None of this matters!
9S!
No!
Why do I long for humans like this? Why do I desire the touch of something that no longer exists?
It's how we were made. Androids were designed to protect their human master.
That was too quick. I wanted to see the head.
Take care of 9S.
2B.
Did he kill himself as well? He did. I'm gonna fight that again and I wanna see what they're talking about. That was too quick. Fatal system error detected. Memory leak verified. Repair impossible. Beginning emergency evacuation of remaining memories. I heard the tick tick tick, but I'm... My name is 9S. A newly manufactured scanner model. January 30, 11,942. Rolled out at 4:25 a.m. bunker time. I'll fight for humanity with all my strength. The pleasure is mine, Commander. I lie collapsing in a space of blinding white. The pain is gone. The light envelops me. It's so warm. I was anxious. A soldier from the moment I was born, thrown into the world alone. Nothing to rely on. No God to believe in. I was alone, tasked with infiltrating enemy territory to gather intelligence. In the fog. In the flames. Alone. My name is NieR. I'm here to provide support. She came off as being rather aloof, cold even. She must have wanted to distance herself from me. I guess she didn't want to be attached to someone she had to kill again and again and again. But Scanners like you and me mostly work alone, scouting out enemy lines and all that. I don't usually get a partner, it's kinda fun. I was so happy to be with someone. It was like I had a family. My damage worsens. I start to lose my memories. The space fills up with pure white light. It's like being buried in snow. It's a little bit cold. It's a little bit frightening. Will my soul disappear? A dark fog clouds my vision. As it ebbs and flows in its slow, dreamlike way, it gradually takes human shape. It's the red girl. She slowly begins to speak. This tower is a colossal cannon built to destroy the human server. Destroy the server and rob the androids of their very foundation. That was the plan devised by those ghosts. But they changed their mind. They saw us androids. They saw Adam and Eve. They saw how we lived, considered the meaning of existence, and came to a different conclusion. This tower doesn't fire artillery. It fires an arc. An arc containing memories of the foolish machine life forms. An arc that sends those memories to a new world. Perhaps they'll never reach that world. Perhaps they'll simply wander in an empty sky for eternity. It's all the same to the girl. For them, time is without end. Adam and Eve are inside the ark. Eve is asleep. Adam holds him in a gentle embrace. He seems to be smiling at me. I try to look up at him, but my body refuses to move. Looks like the damage has spread to my motor functions as well. Will you come with us? Asks Adam. The question was completely free of malice. It seemed I no longer had a reason to hate machines. Maybe I never had a reason in the first place. What have I been fighting for? Who have I been living for? I don't know anymore. I try to speak my mind, but the words don't come out right. My thought routines are losing cohesion. I can't remember my name. I'm mustering all my strength. I force out the words. I'll go with you. I'll stay. I'll go with you. We or have no right to remain in this world. shall the HUDs end. And I can't skip. Stop making me not skip the stuff. Come on.
Report. All Yorha unit black boxes now confirmed offline. Our mission to oversee the progress of Project Yorha is complete. Proceeding to final stage of project. Commencing deletion of all data.
Okay, that's interesting.
Pod 153 to Pod 042. Data noise present in stream. Requesting temporary halt to perform data check.
Yes.
Pod 042 to Pod 153. Data confirmed. Personal data for units 9S, 2B, and A2 appear to be leaking out.
Okay, sorry for skipping that.
Pod 153 to Pod 042. Follow project rules and delete all personal data.
Oh, come on. This is not the time. Just a second. Okay, I need to help my mother with something. I'll be right back. I am back, sorry about that.
Pod 042 to Pod 153. Personal data deletion request denied.
Pod 153 to Pod 042. Failure to parse statement.
Pod 042 to Pod 153. There was data created in my banks as I was referencing the records. I realized something. I have come to the conclusion that I cannot accept this resolution.
The destruction of all Yorha units is an essential component of the project plan. All data must be destroyed.
Pod 042 to Pod 153. Repeat. Personal data deletion request denied. Initiating data salvage. Pod
Okay.
153. You hoped they would survive as well, didn't you?
We lack the authority for such an action. The rules are protected by low-level systems. Salvaging data poses an unacceptable level of risk. Knowing that, do you still wish for them to survive?
Yes. We were the pod all the time. The end of Yorha. Huh.
The defense program has initiated a purge. If this continues, our consciousness data will likely be deleted.
Pod 042 to Pod 153. We were created to execute the android's Project Yorha plan. We had no capacity for emotion. But when we six were connected and exchanged information, something happened. I cannot deny the feeling of something resembling consciousness and emotion being born.
Unable to reply.
Perhaps we now understand that not everything has to have an answer.
Ow. Ow. Oh no. Connect to the network. give up here? No. Do it. I'm not entirely sure what I'm doing here, other than firing at destroying the credits. Isn't that what I was trying to stop? Ow. So, is this the entire credits? Message received. Do you accept defeat? Yes. Error detected while loading credits. Return to title screen. Save? Yes. Okay, I think End E requires me to do the credits. The end of Yorha project. Black box response seized from all Yorha units. The pods move to Yorha project into this final phase. Yes.
I'll take care of everything. Pod. Take care of 9S.
What of you, A2?
I've still got something I need to do. You go ahead.
Acknowledged.
I want... Interesting that I thought I would be on the credits.
I'm sorry. I never quite realized how beautiful.
Did you just lock up, game? The game just crashed. Great. What are you doing, game? I'm so confused about this whole situation. Yeah, I didn't get landing E for some reason, even though it... Like, it ended up on the A2's final moments. Okay. Meaningless code. Okay.
Report. All Yorha unit black boxes now confirmed proceeding to commencing. Pod 153 to Pod 042. Data noise present in stream. Requesting temporary halt to perform data check.
Pod 042 to Pod 153. Data confirmed. Personal data for units 9S, 2B, and A2 appear to be leaking out.
Pod 153 to Pod 042. Follow project rules and delete all personal data.
Pod 042 to Pod 153. Personal data deletion request denied.
Pod 153 to Pod 042. Failure to parse statement.
Pod 04. There will I have come to
All data.
Pod 0. Repeat. Personal Pod 1. You hope they would.
We lack the rules are protect. Knowing that, do you still wish for them to survive?
Okay. The end of Yorha. So, that statement from 2B at the beginning of the game makes sense.
The defense program has initiated a purge. If this continues, our consciousness data will likely be deleted.
Pod 042 to Pod 153. We were created to execute the android's Project Yorha plan. We had no capacity for emotion. But when we six were connected and exchanged information, something happened. I cannot deny the feeling of something resembling consciousness and emotion being born.
Unable to reply.
Perhaps we now understand that not everything has to have an answer.
Indeed. So, have we broken off of the cyclical cycle of death and rebirth? I really hope this doesn't take too long because I'm sure I can survive all that. Even though I'm doing pretty well. So the virus was just part of Project Yorha. I was having trouble parsing what it was, but now it makes sense. Yorha was supposed to be destroyed like that and then would be built from the ground up, and the cyclical cycle would continue. And yeah. Best credits ever, by the way, even though I'm not reading anything. Come on. Luck. This game is weird as heck. Crap. It's getting harder. No way. I really wish this had like some obvious checkpoints to calm my nerves. My goodness. Using as Division 6, why? Give up here? No. Oh, no, not from the beginning. It's not from the beginning. Holy crap. Okay, Business Division 6, good. Not good. My goodness, okay. Message received. Do you accept defeat? No. Just die already! Oh my goodness. Is it all pointless? Alright, DJ. I always get hit. Oh, come on! I didn't get hit at all. Come on. I can't even see what am I doing. Come on, please let me get me some superpower or something. Come on, this is ridiculous. Ah! Give me something to help me. This is the freaking ending. There is no point in putting me through this. Ah. Yes. Finally, something. This should have happened way earlier. At least it happens. Nora. Sorry. Thanks for being here for me. Why this never ends? Special thanks. That's usually the end of stuff. I know who's the president and CEO, I already defeated him. Come on. There we go.
Everything that lives is designed to end. They are perpetually trapped in a never-ending spiral of life and death. However, life is all about the struggle within this cycle. That is what we believe. Pod 153 to Pod 042. How is it going?
I am embarrassed.
Why is that?
I launched a suicide attack, and yet, here I am, still alive. I must look very silly.
Do not feel bad about it. We are alive, after all. And being alive is pretty much a constant stream of embarrassment.
That's
that
true.
concept is a bit too abstract for me to understand at this time. I will save it in my list of things to analyze later.
Question, Pod 042. Did the data salvage restore all of their past memories?
Yes.
And are those recovered parts of the same design as previous ones?
Yes.
Then, won't that simply lead us to the same conclusion as before?
I cannot deny the possibility. However, the possibility of a different future also exists. A future is not given to you. It is something you must take for yourself.
So they were rebuilt. What about A2? The minds
Pod
that emerge.
153 to player. Please respond to this query. Do you, faithful player, have anything you would like to say to other players who are suffering because they cannot finish NieR Automata?
I have something I want to say. No. First, let's switch this. Was it? It'd be amazing if you clear this alone. But you've got us with you. Yeah, I like it.
Pod 042 to player. Please respond to this query. You, faithful player of this title, have lost your life multiple times to make it this far. You have faced crushing hardship and suffered greatly for it. Do you have any interest in helping the weak?
Yes.
Selecting this option enables you to save someone somewhere in the world. However, in exchange, you will lose all of your save data. Do you still wish to rescue someone, a total stranger, in spite of this?
No.
Understood. Returning to title screen.
That's a bit too much. Save? Yes. A, B, C, D, E, K, P, blah, 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 blah. Okay. Okay. What's going on in the tower? The end of your project. Alright. Total quests cleared. I need to clear 2 quests. Yes, and there's a few final stuffs as well. A2 in the resource unit, 9S in the resource unit. A2 in the machine siblings. Let's try A2 heads to the tower. Oh, I can choose. To B, 9S. Okay. Yes. I really hope this works as I think it is. Like, if I save here and then I load it,
The structure known as the Tower has opened its gate.
Let's check it out.
9S or something. I still get the progression I'm getting here. Emil, okay. And then there's this nonsense. Level 68. I might be able to do something about that. We still have to fight Emil, and there is the weapons. I will not start fishing. As the chicken noticed me. The chicken did notice me, but is the mule still there?
Huh? What's that?
Proposal. Use pawn fire to force him to stop.
Why can't I? Did you notice me or something? Yeah. What? Can I talk to Emil now? No. Oh, ow, ow. Wait. Since you're here, I'll buy something, okay. No, not what I wanted. Zappa had to need to blast and stun them. I can't go to use item, help. I look forward to seeing you again. What was that? You want to know where I live? No. Oh, I live deep in a... Okay. Let's visit Emil's house. Ooh, I can chapter select from here, yeah. That's a thing that is useful. Okay, so should I do Emil? I think I'm still low level. Let's instead go to the park. Kind of expensive, and I don't know if I'll need that much. Filler metal, I might. Huh. I can't seem to get enough damage to wake up this thing. Support items, enhancement items, I tried. And I failed. I wonder if even in this state I have a chance against that mill. I think near the tower is the closest to a mill. There's a chicken in the way. In the way, there is a chicken. Somewhere around here, isn't it? No. Boy, how hard it is to find your way in this place. Okay. Ah, crap. It's over there. Okay. Oh wait. I just remember I cannot do it as 2B. A2 to B, whatever. A network error has occurred, okay? I had network for enough time. Did the people that lost to me there got their data erased or something? Like the ones that were dying? And is that what happened? Ah. Okay, I'm gonna hate myself for that. But to the desert center. So let's see if I can parse this nonsense a bit better. The pods now protect like 9S, 2B and A2. But what about the resistance? They don't seem to be affected by the Spurge. Wouldn't they remember? Or is the data purged from the resistance? They're purging the resistance members. That explains, like, okay. This one is not strong enough for a one-hit kill. That was too quick. I dodged! Come on! I dodged as soon as I saw the thing. Ah, no. Wrong button.
Roll 64.
Okay, no. Ah, I squeezed it. Stop! Damn it, I was in the middle of attack. Yeah, really blah blah blah, whatever, just...
Roll 63.
Come on. Take 2 down. One down. 2 down. All down. Charge. Okay. Ah! At least I learned how to defeat those 3. That was the worst one so far. Ah, fuck, I pressed the freaking button. Can you register when I press the button? Is it that hard to do, game? Ah. Yeah, I knew I would regret being here. Go! I know what I need to do, just go! Ah, fuck you!
In accordance with Rule 61,004.
Do I need to keep doing any of these? Is any... Is any of these still useful? Will it change anything? Okay, let's try. I'm done with this. I want my last try to at least be an actual try.
Roll 64.
I know. Just let me do it. Got too far away. Oh, there's so many bullets. Fuck you.
In accordance with...
Yeah, I'm done. Seriously, MNeil is the only thing that I still want to try and do stuff with, and the weapons. How are things going in the resistance camp? I wish I had more of an epilogue for that end, for ending E. Hello. So glad I made that. Okay. Oh. I only have one power-up part, so... Pot B. Oh, I can talk to you. Oh, it's you. The truth is, I've opened up a little side business. Gotta be a real hush-hush about it, though. See, there are certain accolades given to a select few who really give their all. You know what I'm getting at. They're super tough to earn, which frustrates a lot of androids. So, with the help of some select volunteers, my company unlocks them. It's secret, but check out if you want. Request unlocking you know what. Okay, I can unlock achievements by paying. Nice. This may contain spoilers. It's involving email. Around by the pond. See you later then. Okay. Okay, that's something. How unsaved quest progress will be lost? Yeah, okay. I'm not doing much of this. Okay.
Physical check complete. Memory check complete. Maintenance mode complete. Yorha Unit 9S. Activate. Good morning, 9S.
Am I...
Analysis. The enemy structural unit collapsed during battle. Unit 9S suffered damage from the fall and was placed in emergency suspend mode. Fall location was deemed too dangerous, thus said unit was transported to current location. All system checks and reactivation complete.
Operator.
Operator model 210 is deceased. Black box signal not found.
Oh.
Okay.
Situation report.
Tower access authentication key acquired. The required number of authentication keys have been acquired. The tower is now open for investigation.
Good.
I'm going the wrong way. This may be another. If I can't do any... No, I did something of use at the beginning of the episode, so I'm going to upload this. But... yeah. I might put an alert to not watch the rest of it. If all it turns out to be is me running around aimlessly, which is very possible. Go. Cool. I was in A2 mode. I really wish to try that drill guy. Maybe. Oh, you must be kidding me. This is Neil. It's okay. Don't care. Don't care. Maybe should have cared. Are you kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? Emil status is not safe. Great. That's dumb. Wow. Now I need to find Emil, stop him in his tracks, in order to be able to come here and... Oh, come on! Seriously? Who designed this? Where is Emil? He's nowhere to be found. Great. Great, what I do? What the heck do I do? I might actually look at a guide for this final stuff if I can't make much headway. No. Oh well. And no ammo. Royal Chamber. Ah, there we go. Amusement shop. Ruins near the tower. Did you get me to the... yeah. Come on. I hope he's still there when I teleport. Yep.
Proposal. Use Hellfire to force him to stop.
Did level 69, okay. Nice. Stay dead, please. Thank you. Let me guess. I will go there and I will have to get the mask. It won't be there. Really? They respawn. Nice.
hypothesis. This is the residence of the inscrutable life form known as Emil. Alert. Theft of physical objects may disturb the resident.
Now find the mule again. Probably lost to him. Or that! Ah, fudge this. Really? I'm not even in the... Okay, just... load it already! Okay, chapter select, transport. That is dumb. That is dumb. I need to do the whole Emil thing all over again. Seriously. Just to fight. Just to fucking fight. Can I buy? No. Okay, type 3 lens. And that's it. The unadorned lens pierced her foes with machine-like accuracy. The grind of metal and bone, in tandem with the pained screams of her victims, created sweet music in the mercenary girl's ears. Day after day, she returned to the battlefield to compose more music. Here, a giant of a man, fat rippling from his sides, there a slimmer gentleman whose bones would surely produce a sweeter sound. Ah, who to stab first? The girl fought for an age, stabbing uncountable foes, and in an effort to find the ideal scream, that sonorous, bone-grinding sound. Yet perfection eluded her, no matter how hard she tried. Would she ever find what she sought? Suddenly, she turned to find a fine-looking hunk of meat at her side, stabbing it, producing a scream so pure she couldn't help but smile. She continued to smile as she stabbed, no longer able to recall that the hunk was her own child. Oh. That was extremely dark. Am I at least still at level? No. Of course not. Did I at least save the pods? I lost everything. mothers? Oh, you're not that it matters. Do you only answer to 9S? Should I keep going? I don't know. What am I looking for again? I forgot. Into archives, unity data, 87%, man. Machining to dream, machining love. Machining makeup, Romeo, Juliet. Okay. I feel like I really don't care about reading up more gloomy weapon stories. Seriously, I think it's time to call it a game. I think it's time to consider we finished it, because we did at the beginning of the episode, 2 hours ago, 1 hour ago, whatever. And I don't feel like grinding. That's the thing. Is the MU thing all that important? I don't know. Maybe it is, but yeah, the game just made it incredibly annoying to try it again. Even though it kind of saves your progress unless you chapter select, yeah. But then I don't know. I think I did all I should do. Let me check one thing real quick. Yeah. Basically, I have all 5 main endings. A, B, C, D, and E. And I guess that's enough. This game is weird. yeah, let's call this game. So next Saturday I will still play Hitman, but then I will transfer it to the time that I'll transfer Hitman to the time I've been playing NieR Automata. At yeah, Saturday to be at 3 p.m. Hitman will be transferred to Monday and Wednesday at 8 p.m. Jump to the 3. Next Sunday 3 p.m. I'll be playing more Invisible Ink, and after that more Halo 3 ODSTs at 7 p.m. So yeah, what do I think of this game? It's weird. It's really weird. That's what I think. It has some interesting meta stuff, and eventually you'll learn that it's not about saving the world, it's about these three characters and how they go about their lives and the nonsense that it is. Let's hope that Yorha never gets rebuilt. Just let these three live in peace. Will the machines get rebuilt like Adam and Eve and stuff? I don't know. Too many possibilities. But yeah, I'm calling it a game. It was interesting. I do want to play whatever is the game that has the guest out program. I want to learn about that. But yeah, for now, thank you guys so much for watching. I am the Plane Shifter, and I am phasing out. Bye!